Oh, so he had a history of doing inappropriate behavior with girls as an elementary school teacher, and he was moved around like priests, literally just moved around instead of not given a job. Oh my God. This makes me so mad. This makes me so mad for this family. They had three children apparently, not just two. Two who she saved the life of, like they both did. But she took those children to safety and went back to try to save her husband, because of course she did, because women are the ones who are always doing this. But he died first trying to protect his family. She died trying to protect her husband. This is so infuriating. This poor couple, they were both nurses. These poor children, this poor community. And I don't know, it seems like maybe this could have maybe not been avoided, because this guy was going to, like, he's probably another radicalized young man online who now hates women so much he's going to attack girls. And Cecilia Regina did a great video on this, and she's talked about this a lot, about how these schmells will go after girls. They go after girls all the time, like little girls. They're violent. But let's just get into it about how I swear this is just like the Catholic priests just passing him around. And the background checks? Okay, what kind of background checks are you doing? Are you actually calling the school? Like, I know they have to do a criminal background check. I've worked with children a lot when I was in the outdoor. I had to get fingerprinted and all that stuff. But you know what? All the people that I worked for, they called my former employers. And I don't know, did they not call the former employers, or did the former employers just not mention that this terrifying young man had only worked for 1 year at every school, and he'd worked in 3 different states, and that he had been, had complaints against him, and he had resigned. Like, how did that go? How did they not know that? Or did they not care? Was it not reported? I want to know. And this hairdresser, man, she was posted on Facebook just yesterday. And this is what I swear, this is why I feel so safe with women. Women know how to handle men in a way that doesn't tip men off. Like, we know how to just play it cool. She's just cutting his hair. And she even thought to not sweep the hair up in case they needed it. She was posting photos of him. She's posting photos of this. She documented this whole. Can you imagine the audacity of this man who is on a manhunt? It's a 5-day manhunt, and he goes and gets a haircut. Like, bro, cut your own hair. It's almost like he wanted to get caught. But look at this. She said that he looked soulless, and she had an eerie feeling, right? Because when you are surviving men under patriarchy on a regular basis, you tend to listen to your intuition. Which, by the way, this is not a woman's intuition. This is a subjugation intuition, as Rose Hackman in her book Emotional Labor talks a lot of. Whatever the group is that is being targeted constantly by violence, they tend to have a really good intuition, right? Against the people who cause the violence. So, and women have to listen to our intuition. And I don't know who called the police, but she handled this beautiful. That's again, anytime you're in trouble, go to a woman. Women are so brave. And I'm not saying this to poo-poo on the father. I mean, he died. He died first. He died first. But then his wife and the mother took those girls to safety and went back to try to save his life, and she died. Like, I get chills just saying that. But this hairdresser, he repeatedly refused to let her shorten his hair at the front so it could continue to cover his eyes. Look at this. If she had handled this any differently, this man might be out there still. I swear. Just and I would never choose to be in any situation with a man over a woman when my safety is involved. Never, ever. Anyway, let's get back into this. This poor family. There's a third child. They had 3 children, y'all. It was only 2 of them. So these 2 girls, supposedly they saw part of this. I don't know how you get over watching your parents get murdered. Anyway, there's a third. So there's now 3 children without parents. And it was these 2 girls that helped them find this man. But yeah, she rushed their children to safety before going back to help her husband. She didn't return all the way to the car. Wasn't going to leave him. I don't know. This is just, this is so tragic. But they both put up a fight because this man lost blood, and there was blood at the crime scene. he had a knife. I don't know. They haven't. I don't think they found the weapon yet, but it was a knife. Now, this 28-year-old teacher was licensed to teach elementary and middle school in at least 3 states: Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. While his past employers insist that he pass background checks, the 28-year-old bounced around multiple districts and states, only staying at each school for 1 year. I don't know. That seems kind of fishy, especially when you find out why he was bouncing around. But just 1 year, and then you bounce, you move to a whole new state. He left at least one position following allegations of inappropriate behavior. But let's see what they did with those allegations, because it doesn't seem like they took him seriously enough. There was another school that he worked on that he left because he was going to move out of state. In 2023 to 24, he taught 5th grade at Spring Creek Elementary in Oklahoma. The district said he left of his own accord. And it seems like that was following a year in Texas in 2022 in elementary school. His first teaching position was also short-lived, following reports of troubling behavior. He was placed on administrative leave in the spring of 2023 due to allegations of inappropriate behavior, such as favoritism and uneven treatment of students. I wonder which students were getting uneven treatment. Now, the district said that an internal investigation found no evidence of inappropriate behavior with students. I would love to know who did that investigation and what they deem as inappropriate, because I swear sometimes some adults are like, we don't see any problem here. I don't know. Sometimes that's because they maybe be doing that kind of stuff themselves. Whatever. There's a lot of reasons why they do that. So this journalist, Brooke Taylor, said that she spoke to the mother of former students of this dude. And the mother of one of his former 4th grade students said that her son came home complaining that the dude was inappropriate with girl students. So she filed a complaint with the superintendent. You know what? I always try to find some sort of hope in stories like this. I love that it was a boy that told his mother that this teacher was acting inappropriately to girls, and then the mother complained to the superintendent. It'd be one thing if he was like, complaining about favoritism and all that stuff, because as someone who had some really inappropriate teachers in my life, one of them who literally, like my science teacher in 8th grade, literally said, "Shut your lips, both pair." And I know so many people in my school who were girls who were either harassed like that or literally groomed. I think it's probably better now. I mean, we're Gen X, right? So I don't know. I think it's better now. Maybe not though. I don't know. But the fact that it was a boy in the 4th grade who saw this behavior and knew to tell an adult, and the adult cared enough to contact superintendent. So I like to see some sort of hope in stories that are so tragic, and that to me is hopeful. That it was a boy student that I mean, maybe someone else did too, but this was what's on the record. As a result, parents received a letter from the district that he was placed on administrative leave while the school investigated complaints of poor classroom management and poor professional judgment. Now, of course, the investigation found no evidence of inappropriate behavior with the student. That doesn't mean there wasn't any, but they did find that he had classroom management and professional judgment to be below districts. I wonder, judgment about what? What to say to girls in class? Like, what is, whatever. That it fell below their expectations shortly after he resigned. So because that boy told on his mom, then the superintendent got involved, and he was, put under investigation, and then he resigned. Great. But what, at that point, this guy should not be teaching, and yet he did. He kept getting hired. Because while this school somewhat took it seriously, it seems like other schools maybe didn't do their due diligence, because he's still teaching. Why is he still teaching? And he's bouncing around this much and has this on his record. Now, I also am aware that, I come from a family of teachers, and it's hard to keep teachers to stay because it's such a hard job. So I don't know. The pay sucks. I could see how maybe they're not as diligent as they should be, but still, with men, please. So this seems to be the timeline of his teaching career. 2023, he taught in Tech, 23 to 24 in Broken Arrow, 24 to 25 at Sand Springs, Oklahoma. And then June 25, he's listed to start teaching here the coming school year. There's another mom who said She said he was the most standoffish teacher she had ever met. Pretty cold. You could ask him a question, he would give you a one-word response. How did this guy keep getting hired? Overall, just pretty disinterested in his students. And yet he kept getting jobs. All the previous employers made statements, no evidence of inappropriate behavior. And it's like they are in full, like, protect themselves mode. And whatever, I get it. But also, I don't know, how did so many people, how did he keep getting hired? That's what I want to know. With all employees hired by the district, he was subjected to and passed the legally required background check. Okay. So he didn't have any, oh my gosh, look at that. There is a horse coming my way. Thoughts and prayers. This sounds familiar, huh? There's nothing we can do about this. Not our fault. Oh my gosh. Look. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I have to take a moment. That was so adorable. This couple, they were a nurse and a nurse's aide. They seemed to have been beloved by people who knew them. They had just moved to this new community. And like a lot of people said, this guy just kept passing background checks, but didn't seem to be very good with students and had documented complaints that may not have been taken seriously enough. Shock. This guy's photo. You know, I love that hairdresser, like, I love that he's stuck with this ridiculous haircut in all these mug shots. But I mean, just look at this guy. Look at him. Look at his descriptions of himself. I'm very excited to join the dolphin family. Go Pokes. I've been a substitute for the past 2 years oh, a substitute. Is that the deal? He was a substitute? I'm so confused because substitute teachers are not held to the same standard, and they should be. I was a substitute teacher in New York City. These guys are just hiding amongst us. My favorite thing to do is in my free time is exercise, specifically running. I played football, baseball, and rugby in high school, so I love sport. I've heard there are some runners in the dolphin family. Show me where to go, the good trails are, since I'm in need to go running. Oh, God. Is this where? I'm sorry, I can't do anymore. I hope these children are surrounded by family who are going to help them get through this and not be, just have a lifetime of trauma. I don't know how this family's going to manage, but rest in peace, these parents who are trying to protect their family, their kids, and especially this woman who was trying to protect her husband while he was in the process of getting murdered, and made sure those girls got out safe. And good for those children who reported his behavior. I mean, it must have been more than one. That one kid said inappropriate behavior, but it seems like there must have been other complaints, or he never would have been, found unfit as a teacher for the being a bad judgment. All I know is to tell your kids to talk about their teacher when they're doing stuff like this. And honestly, I feel bad for the teachers who worked with this man. God. Anyway, take care of yourself. I'm going to do a comment song now to help us get this. Mose, stop. He is barking at the pony. Okay, pony comment song. Pony, pony, pony comment song. Palate cleanser, pony comment song. Fabio, Fabio. Thanks, Erica, for renaming Fabio. That's not his name, but he's tiny, like literally almost the exact same height as Mose. 40-kilo Labrador. Look at Fabio, just eating grass and wagging his tail. Like literally the car is way taller than this pony, Fabio. Palate cleanser, comment song, pony, comment song. Take care of yourselves, everyone.